Grilling the governor. As we told you earlier in this newscast, Governor Snyder will testify before Congress tomorrow on the Flint water crisis. 7 investigator Jim Kirchner is in Washington for the hearing and tells us the governor is sure to feel the heat.
This is enormous for the governor. As you will see, several members are coming into this armed with tough questions for him. And he comes into this here in Washington saying he did not realize how bad the crisis was until October.
It was really when it came down to October and finally getting confirmation from the DEQ and the Department of Health and Human Services.
But still unanswered is what did the governor know and when did he know it? As his top aides were discussing Flint for months, an email made public by the governor over the last few weeks. This is Dan Wyant. He resigned as director of the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality over Flint in December. One committee member says Wyant evaded questions by congressional investigators. He was not apologetic and said this about the Snyder administration.
The topic of Flint water was never raised in any cabinet meeting. Not by Mr. Wyant, not by the governor, and not by anyone else.
That ranking Democrat on the committee also says 15 other key state officials are refusing to cooperate with investigators behind the scenes.
And so I would say to the governor, I'm going to ask him when he comes to us on Thursday, what are you hiding?
Snyder originally was not going to be part of this congressional investigation, but pressure on the chairman caused him to change that. And he takes this different view of the governor.
I appreciate the communication with the governor's office and what they're doing. They're being very cooperative.
One committee member is Brenda Lawrence from Southfield. She says the governor still owes Michigan an explanation.
So when he says I didn't learn until October the 1st, you don't buy that?
I'm going to ask the question, and I have some documents.
Have you been satisfied that you know what the governor knew and when he knew it?
I don't think we have the totality of the timing and the personnel at the state or the federal level yet. I don't think that final chapter's been written.
And will we get it this week?
Well, it's a big step forward.
The most we've gotten from the governor in controlled news events is he owns this, but there was a lack of urgency with months of red flag warnings from outsiders who were discredited by so-called state experts.
People work for me that let us all down, and I'm responsible for that, but I'm also responsible for hopefully asking the tough questions and helping find out where those issues could happen. This is one case I didn't get it, Jim.
Could we see more fireworks as explosive as Tuesday?
That I believe that I have been unjustly persecuted.
You still don't get it. You screwed up. And I'm sorry, there's a special place in hell for actions like this.
The governor will not be testifying alone. We will also have the head of the EPA taking similar questions to what we saw on Tuesday, why they silenced their own insider. In Washington, Jim Kirchner, 7 Action News.
And Jim is staying put for the hearing. He'll be in Washington tomorrow morning to bring you complete coverage of the governor's testimony here on 7 Action News and online at WXYZ.com.
Well, Flint